and I just go with it. This is Volothamp Modulus Tautology dropping another gem, another masterpiece, right? I start spitting them type thoughts, and then that pride community attacks me for being toxic masculinity. Now we're getting to that a little later on in a minute, because I'm not here to gossip. I'm here to just drop some jewels for y'all real quick, some mathematical thought that can help free your mind in these dark times that we're living in, right? And it ain't really dark times, right? That is if you're the light. All right, now don't come at me with, he thinks he's the light, and you know what I mean, get your feelings hurt, cause yeah, we at that point right now. I'm looking at my numbers, and I'm about to hit 70 subscribers on my YouTube page. If they don't drop off, I've been showing it, slow growth. So I've been dropping all these on Facebook too, because that's where I have my most population. I have, close to 700 or so friends on, or followers on Facebook. So if you hear this on Facebook, check my page out and click on the link over to YouTube page. It's Volo Television, VOLO Television, at Volo Television. And subscribe to me. Hit the like button. Check out a couple of my videos. I'm only at like 300. I just forgot my number that fast. 300 videos. I'm trying to get it up to 1,000. So I just gotta keep dropping videos. But I don't just do corny little whack videos. I drop masterpieces, whether it's on the latest news or whatever. I really don't do the news. I let the professionals, quote unquote, do that, and the people that I follow that are the black media, Tim Black, Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, but those type shows, they kind of scare people away from my page, because I'm really a mathematical, I'm really hip-hop, right? Hip-hop is an American culture created by the children of the 1960 civil rights movement. I say that every episode. I try to. And then we take it from there. Now, I play games. That's why I'm sharing this is Star Trek right now, because I've been watching Star Trek because it's free on Pluto. So I've been watching the original movie, and then I watched the Wrath of Khan, and then I guess I forget which one is next. So I'm about to watch the Search for Spock. So I guess I'm about to watch the Search for Spock maybe tonight or tomorrow, depending on how the Phillies do. I'll be listening or watching the Phillies, and then if they start losing, then I'll get into a good movie or something with some. I've been into this caramel popcorn that it's microwavable. It's a little quick bag. It's not too sweet for me, and then I'll drink some apple cider vinegar to try to help balance the levels anyway, right? But that's my little cheat and treat whenever I'm while I watch a movie or so. Man, I've been on a Star Trek tip because I just been admiring Spock, McCoy, and Captain Kirk's relationship, especially in the heist of what the judiciary system is doing today. So I'm seeing Spock and McCoy as the defender or the prosecutor, right? One is logic, the other one is emotional, and then the judge will be Captain Kirk. And then, Captain Kirk's real emotional because, but he's not, because, he don't care if she's green, if she's Vulcan, if she's Romulan, right? You know what I mean? He's supposed to be the, the main pimp daddy, right? Of the galaxy, or so should I say, right? Or that's what today that's toxic masculinity. So there it is. There is where we're at in our society, and in trying to see Star Trek for what it is. It's supposed to be the future, right? Star Trek is supposed to happen tomorrow, whereas Star Wars happened a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. See, it's still the same timeline. It's just that, one, Star Wars happened a long time ago. That makes it a fairy tale. Two, Star Trek happening tomorrow makes it the future. So that makes it science fiction, because we can predict it as much as we want. Like, yes, a lot of our cell phones look like the tricorder or whatever what they used back in the 60s and 70s to make the show. So yeah, they kind of predicted some things, and we was able to replicate it and make it look like, you know what I mean? And you're saying the closer we get to the future, the more and more you see the Iron Man suit, for example, happening soon, right? Like we're all in a big tizzy about the Middle East and nuclear bombs. What we really don't want them to get is you ain't see that first Iron Man. We don't want them to get that Iron Man suit first, and we sure don't want them Russians to get it first either, right? What is that? The core of his powers, the tri-power or whatever. Iron Man, we talking about Tony Stark. That's a whole nother story, and that's what I'm not trying to get into right now. I'm trying to stay on topic. Is about hip hop, and what we're seeing is most of the population on these internets is gossip, and that's where it's like, no, we got to stop with this gossip. That's what women do, right? That's why I don't like the Breakfast Clubs, because that's what they do. They gossip. Whereas Drink Champs is just the fellows hanging out, rapping about the old times, rapping about what we about to do, and rapping about how beautiful life is. That's what the Drink Champs been doing. But you know, men having a drink is considered toxic masculinity. Hence, they attack that with they're a bunch of alcoholics and we need to shut them down. That's what happened this whole month of June. I started off June 1st with make this month the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. And therein it was like manhood, mankind, manpower. Oh, that's hatred. That's right. That's pride. Like false pride. Like, nah, stop that. Because they wanted to be their pride. And therein is where we got into the conflict, which led to today. It's like the month is over, and Trump never said this was Pride Month. So they are attacking. They are being very aggressive with this was supposed to have been Pride Month. We didn't get our Pride Month this year. So now you're saying the cheat code coming out. And I'm just going to share it right now with Sabby Sab share, like, because Sabby's an independent. And y'all want to get tuned out already because she's going to talk about the women of the View. And what she brings to light with them is what the main issue is. When I say the cheat code, it's the cheat code that they're using to nullify, cancel the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. I don't know. I don't know how to put it any more simpler than that, right? And then if you want to come in my code or my message or whatever and be like, you trans, you're homo, you're phobic or whatever, I'm at the mode. Block, delete. Dang, cost me a subscriber. Let's keep it moving. Let's start building again. Let's start sharing truth, love, and courage again, right? And stop it with all these lies, deceit, and fear. Like that corny, right? So I'm just gonna jump right into it because I already took up enough of y'all time. I just want to, I don't really do gameplay unless my son is here. So this is on my phone and I'm bouncing it to Apple TV. I explained the layout before. This game is not really interesting to me because it's the timeline is all convoluted. Like Captain Kirk and Picard, and they shouldn't be all in the same game. You know what I mean? They did that in the movies with the Nexus, that which was time going through space or whatever as an electrical storm. Like it kind of worked, but it wasn't all that. Like that wasn't my favorite Star Trek movie. We'll get into which one is my favorite Star Trek movie, and I'll talk more about Star Trek the movies and how it relates to what we're about to experience when this artificial intelligence starts taking over the world. So there it is in a nutshell. Enjoy a little bit of this Sabby. Sabby's doing a real good job. She's at 200. She's over 200,000 in subs. So she's a professional. I'm trying to get to 100 subs. And then I'm going to share a little bit of Tim Black, who's closing in on 200 subs. So they on the same level. They not like those other shows that I mentioned, like the Breakfast Club is at like 5 million. But that's all payola. That's all, they pay them or the network, the YouTube network or whatever networks we want to believe in, promote them and generate bot subs, like artificial subs, to get their numbers at that high, but you see the real numbers in there and in the comment section, because they'll claim that I'm a hater of them. I don't really watch them or pay attention to them. I really, it's just like, oh, they had Chuck D on, so I can't help to see other people talking about Chuck D being on the Breakfast Club, and then I see, Chuck D is selling out the culture. It's like, nah, Chuck D ain't selling out the culture, because they started the gossip on there. And then I see Chuck D redeem himself and explain it over on Sway, and I have issues with Sway too, but Sway is a good dude. So Sway is just trying to survive just like everybody else. But I think Sway might be at 2 million, where the Breakfast Club's at 5 million. So Sway doing good at 2 or 3 million, and so is the Drink Club well, Revolt is the actual show. They're at 3 million, and then Shay Shay is closing in on 2 or 3 million. But Shay Shay is suspect. Like, that's why he's going through the things that he's going through. But we'll rap more about that. I don't want to see, that's gossip. I don't want to do gossip. I'm gonna let the professionals explain the difference between gossip, and gospel. All right. So I'm gonna play a little Savvy Sad for y'all. I hope I got all that, because I be having to fix my levels and all.